most tap for a man. One giant slayer.
Hold the jokes, team. We got a lot of work to do here.
Hello there everyone, this is iMark3 and welcome to the Crust. Well, kinda. Welcome to the Crust demo. You know, space-based factory design game kind of thing on the moon. Which, honestly I've caught the demo for this thing twice now, but both times I've not actually managed to do some content for it, for various reasons. But here we are now, because last time the demo was out, during Next Fest, towards the end of last year, I was asked if I could do a bit of content for it, but unfortunately I was asked literally right before the demo got withdrawn, because that's what these devs are doing. They're putting it out, testing some things, and then they withdraw it again, and probably release it again later to help with development a bit more. So that's what they are doing. But yes, as time released, demo version, in development 4 years, short version of the game, provides a solid foundation. So yeah, this is at the start of it really. Let's begin. Get you up. It's all looking good so far. So, there are a couple of things I want to mention straight off the bat though with the Crust. First, I am looking forward to it, so I always plan to do some content with this thing, either in the demo, as we are now, or later on, when the full game came out. Though that said, because we are on the demo, and given how the demo has been treated previously, there are a couple of rules for this particular play, this little series. It is going to be a little series, it's going to be pretty short, we're only going to be exploring the content that's here, so there is that. Also, I won't be able to really stop between episodes to give time for people to respond to things. Because we've got like 5 days before this demo's due to be withdrawn again. Plus, last time the demos were out, the devs were constantly updating it, and that kept breaking the saves. So every time they updated it, the save file got basically reset. So I'm going to have to record in one go and see how we do. So I'll respond in the comments. Sure, I'll talk about things there. But in the video, I won't really be able to react or act on anything that's said. So, with that out of the way, just a little preamble, which by the way is extra, so I'm shooting for half-hour episodes. I will start that timer now, because with the preamble done, here we are in the Crust! Yeah! First thing of interest straight away, sandbox mode is not available in demo version. That was in the last version of the Crust, but it's been replaced now with, in new game, an option to skip the tutorial. But we're here to see what is here. So, new game. And start. Something worth noting as well is there seems to have really quiet cutscenes in this release for some reason. I'll be trying to boost and balance that in editing afterwards. Just to let you know that that's happening as well. Space isn't remote at all, only an hour's drive away. Yeah, that's accurate actually. The atmosphere is not actually that thick. Or rather, the part of it we call space. Anyway. Game by VM Studios. First space elevator in Midway Island. The skeletal design. Yeah, I mean, one of the problems with the orbital elevators we got is our material to science isn't up to it. Especially a really massive solid one, so like a tethered cable is probably going to be more realistic for us. Oh, it's a hybrid. Okay. Yeah, so orbital elevator would be great for like on the moon or some other lower gravity body, but on our planet or a full-size planet it's hard to do. But this is basically using the elevator as a guide rail and actually using a rocket booster to get stuff up to orbit. Interesting, that might actually be a valid approach in real life. Certainly a way to cut down on the infrastructure that needs to be held in suspension along the length of the elevator. But we do need something to help with our orbital transfer. So once you're up in orbit, yeah, relatively simple to do the between planets thing. Here's a relay station where the cargo comes to and fro, and you can see the moon is settled at this point. There's cities down there. Reminds me of Frostpunk a bit, the circular layout a bit. And yes, I know, I am probably talking over in-game, or sorry, in-demo audio at this point. But as I said, the volume thing, I can't hear it. So, yeah. There's a faint murmur, but that's all I'm getting. But this is establishing things like Mars Tranquilitis Transport Hub MT4, the moon. I think this is our home, actually. Our home away from home. For the foreseeable future.
Mayor Tranquilitatis, logistics to incoming transition. Please state your intentions. Over.
Alice to MT Logistics. We have received clearance and hold a signed contract with Mr. Holloway for our mining operations in this designated sector. We're here to commence our activities as scheduled. Over.
MT Logistics to Alice. We weren't informed of your early arrival. We've just finished building the elevator for your drones to access the underground facilities. At the moment, all the electricity is being used to charge the batteries as we prepare for the night. So we can't route power to the elevator right now. I suggest you, Sunshine, to keep your mining buddies in orbit for the next 2 weeks and return with the sunrise. Over.
We made it here right on schedule, but waiting for the next morning on the moon, a whole 2 weeks of downtime, is utterly unacceptable. This could jeopardize our entire mining contract. We need a better plan. And name's Alice. Just saying. Good afternoon, Director. This is Alice, your first Vice President. We have a bit of a situation here, but I'm already on it. Let's just test our connection before we delve any deeper. Give this dialogue box a click if you're hearing me loud and clear. Then we can proceed. Connection solid. That's a start. Give me a moment to secure our landing clearance. Feel free to soak in the sights while you wait. I'll ping you as soon as I have an update. So, Robert, do we have a deal?
Let me be clear. The risk of 2-week power outage equals job loss, and a costly lawsuit for me. I don't care who you are. Get Holloway on this, but no power for you until sunrise. We just don't have it right now.
Look, Robert, you and I got off on the wrong foot. Our drones are designed for autonomous construction and repair, and we've brought the necessary resources. Grant us landing permission, and we'll handle the power situation ourselves. This benefits both of us. More solar panels for you, and we could land our toys and get going. They also can handle the repairs. So, should I update Mr. Holloway on our successful collaboration?
All right, Alice, you have permission to land. Make sure your drones don't break anything. Over and out.
Director, it is your call now. Permission to land has been granted. Show this Bob the Builder that we can fix this. Select a landing location for the pods near the elevator shaft. Click on the notification located on the left side of the control interface and specify the designated landing spot for the capsule.
Alice, your primary responsibility is to ensure resource extraction and processing at our logistic hub in the Sea of Tranquility. Currently, our operations heavily rely on external supplies. If you can address this issue, even partially, rest assured we'll secure long-term contracts for you. I personally vouched for your mission to the board. You're a promising team with intriguing developments, so you better give me something to convince those skeptical of your worth.
Absolutely, Mr. Holloway. Both the Director and I are immensely grateful to you. Our focus is on establishing a long-term partnership, and we'll give our utmost to make it a reality. You can count on us.
Okay. I really wanted to groan when she made a Bob the Builder reference there. Anyway, so we've arrived early. I will pause because, as you probably got from that, it's like they are busy charging the power system for the night cycle. Up here, we actually have a day-night cycle going on, and during the daytime, of course, everything works as intended, and nighttime, well, all the solar stuff goes nighty-night. And it does say it's a couple of weeks, but dates actually go fairly quickly in this game, so there is still a cycle to worry about, and of course, you've got to have enough power to run things through the night. First things first, though, and something I'm pleased because it's something I noted as an issue in the last demo at NextFest, cargo pods now actually tell you what's in them, when before they didn't. So, this is a cargo pod, this is a drone pod. I'll drop the cargo pod in the nearest spot. Drone pod can come over here. And this is how we get shipments, though we can't order shipments yet. That's going to crop up later, I believe. What do I mean, I believe? It is going to crop up later because it's a core mechanic, but they've not explained it to us just yet. So notice the cargo pod has left behind the thing. The drone pod is actually unloaded from a special thing.
Choose the required modules from the construction panel and position their holograms on the moon's surface. The drones will autonomously gather the necessary resources and commence building. Director, place holograms of solar panels on the allocated sites. Our drones will take it from there. You'll see.
Yeah, and that is over here. So, we aren't actually operating a manned thing for just the mining and resource extraction. We're actually prototyping some self-sufficient drones. Well, relatively self-sufficient. All they really need is power and then programming. We give them tasks, they do the things. And right now they are tasked to transport materials and erect structures. That's what they can do. And this is apparently a new technology in this thing, as I recall from what I remember the story so far. So it's like the local coordinator who said we were early, that guy, he was unhappy because of the whole power thing, and because he expected our crew of people to not have anything to do for the next couple of weeks because of it. But nope, these are our people at the moment. These little guys. I do like a good little drone army. And yeah, I'm not running at full speed. I'm keeping it slow at the moment, but I will accelerate in a little bit because we're almost through with this one. Actually, I probably just I can just tap space.
Look at that, they've actually built them. Not a bad start at all. Alice, can you hear me? Your drones did a good job, better than we expected. All the energy from these panels is yours, but now it's crucial to conserve it if you want to work during the night. To achieve that, you'll need batteries.
It's all good, Robert. I completely understand you. We were already going to build batteries anyway. Director, he's correct. A lunar night lasts nearly 14.5 Earth days in the absence of sunlight, and batteries are crucial for us. Construct 4 batteries next to the solar panels.
Okay. I did mention, of course, that this whole tutorial bit was replaced by... could be skipped, and that essentially replaces the sandbox, though another thing I noticed last time is if you went into sandbox rather than going through the tutorial in the Next Festa version of the demo, the problem with that is it actually shorted you on a bunch of resources and things compared to if you'd gone through the tutorial. So it was actually you'd be in a much better situation if you went through the tutorial first. In this case, I don't know if it's the same because there's a skip tutorial button instead of the sandbox. I've not actually tried skipping the tutorial, but I didn't want to skip the tutorial because the tutorial actually introduces you quite smoothly to concepts as you go, and you get the interaction between the characters as well.
Your drones did a pretty good job, but the wiring tool is only operable by a human. Wire the panels and the batteries together. Next, you just need to power up the elevator, and you'll gain access to the underground level.
Go to the communications panel and select the wiring tool. You can use right mouse button to...
Sorry, I actually skipped that. So, wiring is something we have to set up manually. We can't actually tell the robots to do this. But it also costs you a little bit of credits as well. So it's like, it's not free. It does cost you to sort this stuff out. And that's too far. So, as you can see, it's arranged like a little PowerPoint here. And also note, each thing has got a certain number above it. Panels have 2, the batteries have 3. That is maximum number of connections available. I mean, we could connect to the other guy's grid, but I don't know how that would work, so I might as well keep it separate for now. Just connect to that. This is my power grid, darn it. My power. But yeah, some games are really dry with the tutorial, or they just give you here, have this checklist to do, and then that's it. But this one, pretty well voiced from when I played it through at NextFest. And as I said, I like how the characters interact with each other. So that's why I'm including it here, because that's something that's frequently lacking in a lot of factory games. Oh wait, I need to connect the... No point in fast forwarding, I need to actually read my checklist. Just saying, checklist, yes. So, power tool is instant. We've got access to the other factory area, the underground. So this is actually a split level thing. We've got our above surface stuff and we've got our underground stuff. You're here on the moon with a mission to extract raw regolith and turn it into valuable resources. It's time to get down to business. So let's switch layer. If only Surviving Mars has done as good a job of this game on the underground, because that has got to be the worst rated DLC for Surviving Mars. So let's go ahead and unpause it, I think. Nope, no dialogue. Drone reconfiguration module. Construction, mining, drone reconfigure. So that's the other thing. These drones are modular. They can be adapted for different purposes. And I'm just going to stash it like, I guess there. And preemptively wire everything up as well. So just get things going. But yeah, that's the thing. We're also digging, we're also exploring around in the underground as well. There's ores that to be found. There's some pretty tough barriers that you can't deal with straight away. Don't worry though, there is an entire colony side of things as well, but I've never actually done that.
Now wire it to the elevator to power up the module.
Pardon my curiosity, but how are you going to extract lunar regolith with robot carriers? I am far from a robotic expert, of course, but it seems like we have more questions than answers at this point.
That's an excellent question, Robert, and I'd be delighted to answer it. However, I need to wrap up something first. Director, with the reconfiguration module, you can convert up to 5 worker drones to mining drones and vice versa. Convert 4 drones into mining drones and set an excavation zone for them.
Okay. Worth noting, in the next version, there was actually a bug with this sometimes where you weren't able to convert your drones back. I think it might have been like when I dismantled this thing to move it and I had mine drones out, so then they got stuck as mine drones. I'm not too sure, but there was a bug there. Hopefully it's been fixed. But this game is a different version from that one as well.
Now, let's have the drones excavate an area measuring 50 standard units. In the meantime, I'll have a chat with our curious Bob. To order the drones to start the excavation, you need to use the highlighting tool and mark areas for mining, and the digging drones will do the rest.
That's right.
Robert, to answer your question, our company has been providing repair and maintenance services for robotics and mining equipment for over 10 years. We were involved in the development and maintenance of technology for lunar mining along with the first industrial expeditions to the moon, even before the construction of the space elevator and the full-scale development of the moon by mankind. And I'm pleased to inform you, Robert, that by accumulating our vast experience, we have been able to develop and implement multifunctional drone technology that can be re-equipped for a variety of tasks. As a special bonus, I can include a coloring book set, so you can brighten up your leisure time at work in silence.
Okay, Alice, I get the hint. You do your job and I'll mind my own business. By the way, I'll grab a few coloring books as souvenirs for the kids. I'll be heading home in 2 weeks. Director, I understand that I can be difficult at times, but your Alice is also quite remarkable. She reminds me of my ex-wife.
We're all still on the same channel, Robert.
So what's up with those coloring books?
I'll send them to your wife along with some flowers. She is not likely to see them from her husband.
Oh dear. Right, so we're actually hitting some tougher material here, so we can't dig through these. That's worth noting. And no voice line there, but oh well. Something went slightly wrong. Oh. That might be bad. Just saying, that might be kind of bad. Oh, I wouldn't be on this. Want to be on this space station. Oh no, got through. Okay. Alright, so what's going on? Loading. Okay, so yeah, this is there is a kind of doomsday side to this.
Broadcast. We have detected an imminent asteroid collision with the moon's surface. We are currently assessing the extent of the damage and the number of casualties. At this moment, our teams are working tirelessly to restore communication with lunar outposts. For those still on the moon, be aware that we are mobilizing all available resources to assist you. Conserve your energy and ration your supplies until further notice. Additional information will be provided as the situation unfolds. Stay tuned for updates. Over and out. I repeat, Crust is declaring a first-degree state of emergency. Commercial shipments and cargo landings are prohibited. Crust is assuming control of all complexes, resources, and facilities on the moon. All surviving facilities should switch to the emergency frequency and report their status. Try to conserve power and resources and await further instructions.
What have happened over there? Director, do you read me? We're getting reports that a state of emergency has been declared because of a meteorite impact on the moon. Please confirm that you're still on the line. You could have done it more quickly and spared me the worry. Next, there's still no signal from the personnel at the base. I'll try again, but the hope is dwindling. Robert, come in, Robert. Do you read me?
Don't think he's there.
There appear to be no survivors. I'm glad you were on the orbital station at the time of the collision, and I suggest you stay there as long as possible. We should try to hold out until the logistics with Earth are re-established. Let's begin with electricity. We still have resources and functioning drones. That should be enough to get a couple solar panels and batteries.
Right. There were a couple of bad lines in there, actually. I mean, right before the impact cinematic, there was one that wasn't voiced. There was also, like, her first line here. There was an extra "the" mixed into the sentence structure. Slightly odd, but there we go. But yeah, this is like, something happened. In the cinema it said an imminent meteor impact has been detected. Imminent means it's about to happen, not that it has just happened. Quibbles over grammar. Anyway, this is what I meant by previously the sandbox version was worse than going through the tutorial, because in the sandbox version you wouldn't have all this wreckage and stuff lying around. You wouldn't have any of this. You'd just be starting as blank slates, and as a result you'd have less resources than compared to going through the tutorial, and there is a fair chunk of resources here. Sure, it's mostly blasted all to heck, but there's stuff to be had to help you develop and build. So, let us begin and get ourselves back on track, shall we? We have got access to no longer mediums, we now have access to smalls, which we didn't have. And we need to get started trying to get everything sorted out. So, solar panels, batteries. I'm going to pop it. Let's see. Also need a charging station as well. I'm going to need that. I'll just pop that there. Misclicking. I know what I'm doing. You can trust me. Kinda.
You can't build.
Judging by the seismic activity, the explosion occurred on the far side of the moon. Fortunately, it was at a considerable distance from our mission site. But the sheer force of the explosion raises even more questions.
So, the best insight we can get from the head of the science department and a world-renowned scientist is that the explosion happened at a distance, and we don't have a single clue about how and why.
Yeah, that seems to be about it. Never fear the ability of science to understate a situation. Yeah, that. Anyway, I'm just getting this stuff widened as well. One drawback, of course, is this wreck stuff. I don't think I can actually reclaim it until I get a technology either, so it's not an immediate windfall. It's just something you get access to after a little bit, but yeah, anyway. 5 solar panels, 5 batteries.
That's the extent of our knowledge at the moment. Scientists deal with verified facts. not hasty speculations based on incomplete data.
See, there he goes. Also kind of odd there. Before it's been auto-playing those, but they actually paused until I clicked on it. Strange. But gotta remember, this is well, it's version 0.8 something, but it still is in early access. There's still bugs and things to work out, and I for one am looking forward to it. Pretty cool. It's got survival elements. It's got a tragedy going on. Okay, so that's okay. How do we fare below ground? Oh, I don't have access to it yet because the elevator's not powered, I'm guessing. Let's prioritize you. You're already being worked on. Yeah, you can prioritize a structure. It marks it like this. You can also set a low priority as well, but the thing is, it doesn't prioritize the construction task, it prioritizes the structure, so the structure remains marked with that. Or at least that's the way it was in the I keep comparing back to the Next Fest demo. But there's good reason for that, because that's the last version I played. So, yeah. I wonder if the high priority will go away at this point.
Electricity is back online, but our resource reserves are running critically low. We must prioritize restoring production. Begin by repairing the elevator to gain access to the underground level. Make sure the elevator is connected and install a charging station for the drones.
Already on it. In fact, we almost completed that as well. Ta-da! Oh, apparently you're still under construction. The model completely appeared, but it wasn't.
The explosion destroyed everything on the surface, but the mining modules may still be intact. We need to go underground and assess the remaining resources.
Yeah, it looks alright down here. I think I just need to restore the connection. Notice, by the way, that's moved, so it didn't continue from before. It actually preloaded this.
Director, we need to restore the power supply to the underground level. That's better. I see that we have the raw materials to produce smart concrete, but we urgently need to restart production of steel and silicon. Director, I have an idea. For starters, convert 4 drones into mining drones and we'll continue. With the reconfiguration module, you can convert...
So repeat what you also told us. I also noticed there was a flicker of like another announcement. Sadly though, because I'd already connected the power, it flickered past it, so it's like, sorry. I am sorry about that. We missed a piece of the dramatic story of the totally accurate reporting. Wish there was a way to repeat that, but short of restarting the game, I don't think there is. Well. Anyway, set up 4 mining drones. Sure, I'll give you 4. This suppressing module is converting regolith into smart concrete blocks. We have 2 smelters, one for iron, one for silicon.
We have the smelter furnaces, but to start producing any resource, the proper oxides are always needed. Now we're going to mine them with mining drones. Enter excavation mode to assign mining drones to extract resources from the deposits. Set the number of drones that will mine the oxide directly from the deposit. Director, we have iron and silicon veins available. Assign mining drones to mine each vein to supply the processing modules with the oxides.
Okay, so right now we don't have anything in terms of infrastructure. We have this storage full of just like pure regolith, but we have the mining drones which can dig out the rock walls, of course, but they also can be assigned directly to a deposit here. Notice this thing has got percentage values on it. That is quite important. But for right now, every time this pops out regolith, it's going to give us like 56% odd stuff. No, wait, that's not right. What am I on about? Anyway, I just need to go into mining, and I'll assign 2 to you and 2 to you, which is what it's wanting. Oh, okay, I've got my thoughts straight.
You can watch as mining drones excavate the oxides, and they are immediately taken to the smelting furnace. Yes? Hold on, Director. We've got a message on the emergency channel. I'll put it on the screen.
Attention, everyone who reads this message. Severe damage to Orbital Station Hope 2 has been detected. Immediate evacuation of all personnel is required. Proceed to emergency evacuation protocol. Attention, everyone who reads this message.
Director, that's a distress call from Hope 2. Station is heavily damaged, and they require immediate evacuation. But is there someone to pick them up upon landing? I'm already reaching out to Crust to report the situation.
Director, I'm Clyde Draper. I'm in charge of the Crust search and rescue operation. We're aware of the situation with Hope 2, and we plan to execute a rescue operation for the station crew at your base. Given the circumstances, your base is one of the few surviving facilities nearby, and we will be utilizing it. If you resist, we have the authority to seize all the necessary equipment. I trust you'll make the decision that best suits the circumstances.
Okay, this is new. This wasn't... Yeah. There was a little bit that hasn't reached yet that was in the next version, but this is new. Because the next version didn't really give you access to... well, I never actually managed to get to the point where I could get colonists in, but now the station actually did get damaged, and I refuse to cooperate. No. I'm fine with this. I mean, I've got an automatic factory. Doesn't mean I'm going to ignore the squishy flesh bags that might need some aid. Not if I can help it. So what do you want me to do?
Indeed a reasonable choice. You are required to get in touch with the station and ensure safety of the crew, build a living quarters with life support systems, make contact with the station, and assist the crew commander. Ensure the crew is delivered to your base after evacuation. By this point, you should have a life-sustaining living quarters available. Initiate preparations for the living quarters immediately. This is an intricate and resource-intensive construction, so optimize and maximize production to complete it on schedule. We will provide you with machinery to search for survivors and all scientific resources at our disposal. Over and out.
So, agree to help. You get some goodies and toys to help you pull off this task as soon as possible, as best you can. Or refuse, and your equipment may be seized, and people will go, he didn't want to help us. The robots didn't want to help. Maybe we should be suspicious of the robots. The robots might be plotting something. No. Okay, forced collaboration. I don't know why it says forced collaboration when I agreed to it. Well.
We've barely recovered from the explosion. Our base is a couple of mining and processing modules. I'm willing to do what I can to save them, but how are we going to get everything done in that amount of time?
First, we need to scale up our production. Living quarters will require a lot of resources. We have melting furnaces, but we need regolith extractors and single regolith refinery to extract oxides. Director, Crust has handed us the research plan, and we are ready to begin. Research underground extraction, and place 2 extractors on the veins of iron and silicon.
Okay, I'm going to pause it there. I wanted to pause in the middle of that, but then it paused the voice, so it's like, because we've got research. Sometimes these researchers are a temporary thing and they fade after a little bit, but right now it looks like it's going steady, and that does tick up over time. I mean, it accumulates over time. Kind of like, again, Surviving Mars basic research. So I don't know if there's a time limit on it though, that's the thing. That's why I wanted to pause, but I couldn't. But yes, I'm afraid that is also going to be it for the first part. We have arrived on the moon. We've had a little oopsie daisy with an imminent meteor impact. Things have gone boom. The upper level has been kind of aggressively refurbished. So we are trying to get our facility up and running as best we can. And we'll have to see how we go. We've also heard that which is new to me, the station got damaged, and the crew are going to need somewhere to get to, which is safe for them to live off, because if they're evacuating, the plan might just be to pitch them down onto the moon, where there's supposed to be a lot of facilities that can take on people with surplus life support. But many of those facilities are also broken. If I was programming this, and this game was in hard mode, I'd probably put an aggressive timer on that. It's like, these people are coming down whether you're ready or not. But yes, this is the Crust, or the Crust demo. This has been Iron Mark 3. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. Fee-fi-fo-fum. No. Feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Helps out me, helps out the channel, gives you that virtual head pats I oh so crave. And I'll catch you all some other time. Next episode, I think we'll be accelerating production and then trying to sort out living quarters for these want-to-be rescuees. But yeah, see you all later.